Welcome to Irvine, California. Irvine's got lots of stereotypes. A lot of stereotypes. But you know what? Some of these places in Irvine really are kind of wackadoodle too. Like this Walmart right here. Ugh. It's a tiny Walmart, but yeah, let's just say Walmart being racist. Oh hell yeah, that's definitely the store to prove it. I won't shop at that Walmart anymore. But I mean, it's a tourism trap area in a sense, or a ritzy town. If I'm going to spend a crap ton of money on housing, I'm not really sure why. It's no different than freaking Anaheim. But right here, got the Irvine Marketplace. Pretty much all the same shit you got everywhere else. Gas is not cheaper, it's in fact highly more expensive. Irvine cops suck. Their DOT is no joke. Not to mention their police force. Yeah, if you don't look the part to be in Irvine, ooh, they will single you out in a heartbeat. So don't drive a piece of shit through Irvine, that's for sure. This section of the 5 freeway right here is kind of wacky too. This is Alton. Now I'm going to Lake Forest in the 5. However, if I want to get off at Lake Forest, I sure as hell cannot get on the freeway right here. I've got it kind of whacked out where it's divided. On the other side of the divider is the truck bypass, which feeds the Lake Parkway and Lake Forest Drive exits. But when you get on at Alton, you can't go anywhere but to El Toro. That's your next exit. To my left is the Irvine Spectrum. Overrated. The only thing I go there for is Dave & Buster's, and even that, I don't go there a lot because it gets expensive. You drop some money at Dave & Buster's quick status. Last time I went there, took the girlfriend and the kid, dropped $110 on games. I mean, granted, we spent about 2 hours there. $110 on games, another $18 on a VR ride. So that's what, $128, and another $60 on food. So $188. Woo! Yeah. Let's just say I don't do Dave & Buster's that often, thank God. If I wanted to do that every week, that would get very expensive. I spent too much money. So here's how I have to get back to my yard, or at least from here. I've got to go ICD. Or short name for it is ICD. It's Irvine Center Drive. Becomes Moulton Parkway. Well, there's Sea Country on my left on something on a F550 aluminum rollback. They tried to sell Irvine as the ritzy class area. Personally, I would never buy anything here. It's stupidly expensive. But if you get into Laguna, it's just like, Jesus Christ, this Mercedes next to me sounds like he has no Cadillac inverters. Or one hell of a jacked up exhaust system. Oh, he also has no license plate. Well, that's now illegal in California. You gotta have a temporary ID plate. No license plate. Wow. January 1st, they passed a law saying your vehicle has to have a temporary license plate, issued to it when you buy it from a dealer or whatnot. That temporary plate is basically a paper printed plate with a temporary number on it. No more of those dealer tags. Advertisement tags. I never liked those things anyways. You go to a dealer and spend a crap ton of money. Why am I going to advertise for you? You ain't give me a car for free. You don't earn that. Doesn't matter if you quote unquote knocked money off the vehicle pricing. You not really. In the end, you still made money. You didn't give me the car, so yeah, you don't get you don't get that free advertising. Hell yeah, here's the part. kind of guess I could go kind of 405 right here. Take that to Lake Forest Drive. I never thought about that. You get on right here, right? It'll open up. Irvine Spectrum Market Center is like a secondary place right there. I've never been in there. On the left of the side of the freeway there. There's the 405. I love these turnarounds. Oh, somebody took that sign out. People can't drive for shit here in California. Welcome to Cali. People can't drive for shit. You know what though? The upside of that? Those people make me money. You can't drive for shit. You'll crash or make me money one day. I gotta get over one more lane. Alright, I never thought about this. I mean, 'cause every time I try to get on an Alton, it's like you can't get off at Lake Forest Drive. It shoots you past through all this junction shit. You're kind of stuck to El Toro, but yeah, if you get on the 405 right here, I guess you can circumvent it and do it that way. Here we go. The whole purpose of the truck bypass is just a hill. Why don't they just... They spent crap tons of money on stupid interchange ramps like that. Why not just have it as regular exits? I don't get it. It seems like a waste of engineering. But, oh well. My bullshit vlog from a tow truck, guys. Just me rambling on about shit. So, this up here... Now, I'm sorry for the shakiness. The phone mount doesn't do justice. Well, right there on the right, there's a Porsche dealership, Irvine Porsche, Honda, and whatnot. And a lot of these dealerships, they all go by Irvine. But half of them technically are in the city of Lake Forest. Many. Ugh. I can never see buying that crap. Alright, BMW. Here's my thoughts on BMW, and this kind of applies across the board. Scotty Kilmer will actually agree with me on this one. German vehicles. German vehicles across the board. BMW, Bavarian Motor Works, that's the actual name of it, is a parent company, actually. They have subsidiaries, which, believe it or not, BMW owns Mercedes-Benz. I don't know if Mini's part of it. Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Volkswagen, Audi, and they got like 12 different brands under them. It's all German vehicles. My thing about German vehicles in the U.S. though is that, I mean, Germans make great shit, don't get me wrong. They make excellent, precise, engineered stuff. The problem with that is when you have it in a vehicle, you have to constantly do maintenance on the damn things, because if any little thing wears, it throws the whole system out of whack. They're designed to be precisely working. So those cars here become giant money pits. The only good way to buy any kind of BMW or any of those cars is to lease it. Lease it, brand new, turn it in 3 to 5 years later, wash your hands of it before it starts nickeling and diming the shit out of you. And when you do your leasing, get a service agreement. That way everything is covered. You're not spending crap tons of money on them. Because those cars inherently are money pits. And some people say they love it, it hasn't given them any problems. Yeah, apparently they haven't put enough miles on it yet or had it long enough yet. But a lot of those cars want to become problems. I'm not trying to bash on them. That's just my opinion on those. I tow a lot of them. You tow more, stuff like that. I mean, I had somebody, people ask me all the time, what's the most common stuff you tow? I'm like, oh, I tow all kinds of stuff, really, but I mean, hell, today I towed a BMW, but it wasn't BMW's fault. It was a tire problem. It was a guy drove over a nail or something. And here's another thing with them stupid cars, which is a great idea, but not very practical in today's money world. BMWs typically come with run-flat tires. and some Mercedes now do too. Problem with those tires is when you got to replace them, they're roughly in the range of $300 to $400 a tire. And a lot of them are low pros, which I despise low pro tires. Those are horrible. You look at a pothole wrong with all those things and you're getting a flat tire. And I mean, this person's rim definitely showed how many times they hit shit because their tire couldn't handle it. The sidewalls on those things get chunked out real fast. I've towed cars that have gone over small potholes that a regular car can drive over and not have a problem with. But they typically come with run flats, and when people have to replace them, they buy generic. Or usually Continentals or something like that, but non-run flat tires because of the cost. I mean, even that, I think you're like $150, $200 a tire. That's still not cheap. But it's a difference of spending, $400 to $800. Yeah, probably somewhere around $600 to $800 on a set of tires versus, $1,200 to $1,300 on tires. Because even if that tire is $400, you still got to pay for mount and balance. By the time you do that on 4 tires, that's another $100 to $150, depending on the place you take it. America's Tire is a good place to go to for tires. A little bit pricey. I always try to get my stuff wholesale if I can. Trying to save a few bucks. It'd be fun when I had to do tires on the truck, replace those tires. That truck was designed specifically for the tires to be a certain brand. But yeah, that was a brief trip through Irvine, back in the city of Laguna Hills now, which is a hump between Lake Forest and whatnot. Actually, when I got off Lake Forest Drive, that was Lake Forest. Now I'm in Laguna Hills. This guy across the street has this moving company. I don't know if you could see it in between the 2 trucks there. See that sign right there? I try to zoom in. No parking anytime. It's routine for this guy. Always does it. A lot of the businesses around here do it. This whole curb, take this off. This whole curve from the corner all the way back, including this one here, and in front here, is no parking. So, but get out here, show you guys another new addition to my neighborhood. Got the truck off. Just had to go fill this thing up. Put $150 in the tank. So this company's been working on this thing next door to us here for a while. They just finished it, and see, here's another no parking zone, or another car parked in it. So if you can see that right there, Orange County Probation Department. So this whole building here, Orange County has pretty much got half of this block swallowed up, because down there in the end there's social services, and I think they got that other building there. They got like 3 or 4 buildings right here. They just added this one. So yeah, it's a probation department. They're swallowing up quickly. There's a Dunn Edwards. I think that's a Dunn Edwards. Oh no, it's some BMW place. But yeah, that's typical. Yeah, see, even right there on the stop sign. No parking. The arrows are kind of trippy. You don't see that a lot here in Orange County. But hey, it is what it is. Oh, good Lord. So anyway, guys, that's just me rambling on. Give you a little insight of what I get to see all the time. Hopefully it's something. Let me see here if I have can think of any good stories at the moment. Not really. I love people's comments. I was going back looking through some of the videos. I'm like, hey, 1 dislike, 2 dislikes, 3 dislikes. I wonder if the people that hit dislike on a video actually figured out that that doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't take it away. Funny part is that it counts as a like too. It all goes into feedback because you selected feedback. You made some kind of feedback on the video. It gives the video more circulation. So even dislikes help. And then, the comment warrior is like, look, I post tow videos to show my perspective and how I do things. Now, one guy, I'm sure he'll chime in here, comment on the recovery video that I did. We pulled that Ford Escape. I said Explorer in the video, but I didn't really know what it was at first because I couldn't see shit. It was all smashed up, and I really wasn't trying to crawl around. We had to basically pull that thing straight up to get it out of there, right? Now, the wrecker we're using, it's a 10,000-pound truck. It's not really a heavy truck. It's, a light-duty wrecker. It has a 3/8 winch cable, which, if you know anything about those cables, they're rated for 4,700 pounds working load limit. We're pulling a 3,000-pound vehicle. However, resistance is what nails you on that video, or what nails you on that recovery, because you now have the resistance of the tree and materials and the dirt, and we're doing deadlift in a sense. So I'm planning for 6, 7, 8, 9,000 pound pull. I don't know what the actual weight of the thing is at the time. I'm not trying to do anything to snap my cable, because if that happens, we're in big trouble. So that's why I doubled up the cable. Could I have gotten away with doing it single line? Possibly. But if I snap that cable, then we're screwed, because I'm not about to use the flatbed to do that. We got 25 feet of cable past the tail, and then the part of the roadway that we had to work off of sucks, so that's why we did what we did. Now, the other problem with that wrecker was it wasn't really designed to do recoveries. It was designed for PPIs and repo when we bought the truck used. So it doesn't have any anchor points on the back to hook the line up so that you can run a snatch block off it. So that's why we had to use the flatbed there and anchor to the pull hook on the front of it to double our line. Well, it wasn't really a double, because you only double line capacity if your lines are parallel to each other, which they weren't exactly. I mean, we had a bit of an angle, but we still upgraded line capacity. In the end of the day, better safe than sorry. I'd rather have more weight behind that line versus what I'm pulling. Something snaps, somebody gets hurt, the vehicle goes falling, cable goes flying somewhere, and those cables can decapitate somebody with the amount of force that's on them. So it was twofold. I mean, one, I wanted to double the line up, so I had the extra capacity on the line. I was 100%.
Can you punch me back in for lunch, please?
I'm going to turn this guy down. I don't want to say nothing about it. Wrong way. So, double the line capacity. And second, I wanted more weight behind that cable, because the other risk I run is, one, that wrecker is an automatic. Yeah, we set the parking brake on it, put blocks behind the wheels as best we can, but I only got a set of duals keeping it from moving. If anything goes wrong on that truck's going over the ditch. And I'm not trying to send that truck in there to have to recover it as well. So by adding the flatbed behind it, now I have basically 30,000 pounds of dead weight behind that line. So I know I've definitely got enough. So that's kind of where it comes into that. I mean, everybody's young once, and everybody says, I can do it with this, and I can do it with this. And it's possible, but here's the thing. You're going to do it 10 times. Just hypothetically, you do it 10 times. 9 times, it's going to work out just fine. The 10th time you do it, something's going to go wrong. And we're all young once. I've done that same shit too, or hey, I'll do it, fuck it, I'm gangster enough, and then you find out later, it's like, you just got lucky, a bunch of times. And some guys do it for years and just get lucky. It's just, the end of the day, the safety behind it. If you don't know, then you don't know what you're doing wrong, and there's a lot of shit to that too, so. We're not sponsoring National, just to say that now, as I see that's in the video. But, Yeah, that recovery, I mean, it worked out fine. And then, because we had both trucks hooked up to that winch cable, when we got it up to the roadway, we ran out of room to pull up, to be able to pull straight up. So we were able to use both trucks and slingshot the vehicle the rest of the way, which actually helped out too. Got the vehicle out, and then we drug it from there. So it made it easier. You know, the hard part on that was the fencing that had to be removed. They had somebody there to take out the barbed wire fencing. And then getting down in there, because it kind of drops off. It's not like a level, you know, like a hill you just can walk down. It drops off in there. So it was a little steep and treacherous. And then on top of that, they had a lot of poison oaks. So you had to watch out for that stuff too. I stayed covered up as I was going up and down so that I didn't get none of that stuff on my skin. Kept gloves on, and then just getting the rigging done. You know, like I said, at first I thought it was an Explorer, so I was thinking, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 pound vehicle. An Escape is, depending on what it's set up with, is like 2,500, 3,000 pounds. I forget what the dead weight is. I looked it up. You can actually Google dead weight of a lot of cars, or curb weight they call it. So, anyway, guys, I am 17 subscribers away from 1,000. I never thought I'd even get 100, to be honest. I didn't think this channel would take off to where it was. I started doing this because I like doing what I do, and I like sharing it with people. You know, because a lot of people don't get to see the real side of towing. You guys see the stuff that's on TV. As much as I love South Beach Tow and, you know, Operation Repo, which is freaking 100% scripted. All those shows are scripted. The only show that wasn't scripted that I watched, and it only went for 2 seasons. Actually, there were 2 shows. Was the show Repossessed, which it's hard to find that show, even episodes of it anymore. I've been searching YouTube for it. You still can't find it. And that was a repossession outfit out of New Jersey, and it was on the National Geographic Channel. It was more of a documentary. Some of those things, you know, documentaries are kind of cool because they go with these people and show the, you know, the real stakes of it. And I know what the real world of repo is. It's not going to somebody's place and picking a fight or fighting dudes with freaking AK-47s. I mean, people aren't that dumb. Op Repo was 100% scripted. If you really look into it, EGA Recovery is a production company. You know, the whole thing is basically meant for, you know, to make the money off the TV, because TV shows pay. They pay better than the repos do. And also, you get a lot of it in there, and people make money in it too. A lot of those people are actors. Say, you know, South Beach Tow was fun. It's fun to watch when you're actually working the tow industry and you know this stuff's all BS, and you can sit back and just laugh. I mean, Lizard Lick Towing, Op Repo. Lizard Lick Towing is a real company, but it's the same thing. They got into the showbiz world, and so a lot of that was staged too. All of Operation Repo was scripted. Same thing with South Beach Tow, Tremont Towing, and God, I forget what other ones are out there. There were a lot of shows that were on TV at that time, and then True TV changed names to the new True TV or something like that, and they killed a lot of their shows off. They killed a lot of the people that watched. I mean, USA's kind of gone down too, because there's not a lot of stuff I watch on USA either. Bird Notice was a good show, and so was Royal Pains, but both of those are off the air. When you watch when you drive a tow truck, you watch a lot of TV shows. So, well, for anybody who really cares, I've switched to vaping. It's a little bit cleaner. Yeah, I'm still taking in the nicotine. But I've cut back on smoking actual cigarettes big time. First day I did this, I smoked 2 cigarettes that day. That was it. And pretty much since that, I've only, you know, smoked 2 or 3 cigarettes here and there. Some days I've only smoked 1. Granted, I'm vaping a lot, but it actually is helping, cutting back on the smoking. I mean, I was smoking a pack a day, and instantly I went from that to, you know, 2-3 cigarettes. So that's a big thing. That's a big feat for me, so that's a good thing. You know, and then at some point I'll draw down the vaping. I guess it's starting time to cut back into smoking. When I get to over a pack a day, I know it's time to cut back. Plus financing is, finances, it helps there too. Right now I got a crap ton of bills on my plate. Got a brand new truck I'm paying for. Got a house I'm still paying for and everything else that goes with it. All right, well, I could keep rambling on here, guys. I wish I could go live on this. You guys can interact, but I can't. Thank you, YouTube. So, need to hit 1,000 subs. Maybe I'll go back live streaming. Start doing lives again. I was thinking about it the other day, but I didn't do it, and I come to find out you can't do it if you don't have 1,000 subscribers. They still allow you to do it from a desktop computer, but you can't do it from mobile devices. I don't know why. I mean, why do that? Why cut people off from live streaming from mobile devices, but you still allow them to do it from a desktop? It's like, what's the point? You're going to cut live streaming for people that don't have 1,000 subs. Cut it completely. You already made it hard enough for us to do anything else. And some channels pump up bigger than others. I mean, I was surprised to see how fast Plaza Towing's channel pumped up subs. That channel's been up less than a year, and that thing's, rocketed through. Granted, it's an official company channel. The guy's doing a lot of heavy-duty towing and stuff like that. I have limitations, because apparently a roadside club that doesn't even belong, involve in any of my videos still to this day is having issues with me being on YouTube. I don't get what their whole point of even being involved in it is. It has nothing to do with them. Why they gotta, make a big stink about it. But anyway, it is what it is. So the rules have changed on my end too about the stuff I post. Pretty much right now, nothing to do with the company, quote unquote. Doesn't mean I'm not recording. Doesn't mean I'm not making videos. I'm working with my owner on it. And maybe I'll start being able to put them up again. Otherwise, they'll have to wait until I don't work here anymore. And I didn't say I was going to be towing forever. Right now, I'm in the hat for the Port of Long Beach. And if that kicks off, I'm going to be switching. I'm going to be going to a longshoreman job, which, hey, it's a great opportunity, and pays 3 times as much as towing does. So, yeah, I'm down with that. It's still dangerous, but, Anyway, guys, I ran on long enough on this. So, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I don't get why not. I mean, I see some of my videos, over 2,000 people watch them, but I have less than 1,000 subscribers. So, I'm just kind of raking my brain. Like, I don't care. In the end of the day, I'll hit 1,000 when I hit 1,000. But, it'd be nice if you're interested in my channel and your stuff like that. Show your support by subscribing. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see y'all on the next one.